What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Tyrone Bowman Live. On this Sunday edition, welcome to the conversation. Welcome to the program. And as always, you never know what's going to be happening with this show right here. So let me make sure I got everything set up properly. This is a new tablet I'm working with, and I'm still learning how to operate it. So if I don't have it set up properly, don't hold it against me. I might have to restart it. I don't know. But you know what? I'm not going to. I got to go with the flow here. Okay. As we're getting started on today, there are a couple of things that are happening in the news. Later on, I'll be talking about the unfortunate, tragic accident that took the life of one of the greatest recording artists of all time, Angie Stone. So I'm going to be doing some in-depth studying and research about it, because I've got to find out what happened. And it's really, really sad, because Angie Stone has been a permanent fixture within the recording industry, an individual who always sang with relevancy. She always sang about the issues, current trends, and things of that nature, and she is going to be sorely missed. And also, well, I want to talk about what happened at the White House with that horrible so-called interview with the president of Ukraine. But for this morning, live in studio, my special guest is gospel contemporary recording artist Nihkee. She's to my left. She's going to scoot right over here. Good morning. Welcome. She's nervous. Excuse me, gentlemen. Excuse me. Come on, Nihkee, jump in here with me. Okay. She's a little nervous here.
Oh, goodness.
No. Look into the camera for me. You don't have to be nervous. I need to get her a little more focused.
A little bit more.
Yeah, yes. So we're live here in studio this morning. It's interesting to be able just to conversate and talk with men and women from all walks of life. And you know, Tyrone Bowman Live, I use the term quote unquote FUBU, for us, by us. I primarily make programs for our people. The other group, they got all those major networks, etc., etc. But on this channel right here, you all know this is a very serious channel. I don't shuck and jive over here. I don't coon on this channel over here. We get down to business on this channel, because it's vitally important. I don't even know if let me see something here. I gotta check something. I don't know if, pardon me for a moment, I got to make sure we're actually, I think we're live. Let's see, live chat, none so far. Okay, so now let me get back to this. So on this channel right here, I like to deal with issues that are powerful, straightforward. That's how I was taught, that's how I was nurtured, that's how I was brought into this industry. And I'm going to continue the trend that the late Georgie Woods introduced me to and taught me about. And if you don't know about him, see this book right here? You all need to get a copy of this book. It's entitled Georgie Woods, I'm Only a Man. Let me leave it there for a few moments. My mentor, my hero. So check it out. Now, so welcome to Tyrone Bowman Live.
Thank you.
Glad
Thanks
that
for having me.
I kind of dragged you in here this morning, didn't I? My apologies.
That's okay.
No,
That's
I'm not
okay.
sorry though. Well, anyway, as I was saying, it's interesting to talk to men and women from all walks of life, especially within the gospel recording industry. Our gospel quote unquote stars, they don't get much airplay. They don't have a lot of interviews. People not really concerned about who they are and what they're doing. But don't you know that without gospel music, the world would be a horrible place? What do you think?
Oh, certainly.
You
Where
know?
would our inspiration come from?
We wouldn't have any inspiration.
Yeah, there would be no
You know,
inspiration.
believe it or not, originally before I became a broadcaster, I wanted to be a gospel singer growing up.
Really?
Yeah, my mother used to drag me everywhere singing. I ain't bit more know Jesus. I'm just gonna tell the way. I'm just gonna tell the way it was.
Well, and I think growing up, you really don't understand the concept of who he is. You're just a part of, what your mom is.
You know how my mother got me to sing on the
How
choir?
she get you to sing?
She said they got pretty girls there. I said, I'm in. I said, I am all in. I sang on the youth choir, the adult choir, the seniors choir. Yeah, I sang
So
on
you-
every.
Okay, I'm not going to comment on that one. Why were you in the seniors choir?
Because she made me do it. She made me do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk with my guests here live in studio. So, first of all, thank you for consenting.
Thanks for having me here.
So, how did you get started in gospel music?
Well, like you, a very young age, I my mom is a gospel singer. She, did gospel and blues. So she was basically born in church, as was I. And we used to get dragged to service after service, everybody's funeral, everybody's wedding. Because back then it was just kind of hard for her. Like we, grew up very poorly. So the only way for her to really, make some money was to sing.
Now, were you in church all day the way they kept us?
Oh my gosh,
Every service.
Every service, and I grew up Holy Innocent Baptist.
Who are you telling?
And so we were there.
I got saved every week.
Yeah, and there was always a revival every single week.
Yes.
So it would be, from Wednesday prayer meeting to Thursday, Friday, shut-in services.
You ain't lying. She ain't lying.
And then
though.
we
She
would
telling
get
the
up
truth.
on Sunday mornings.
Mhm.
We had to get up at 5 a.m. The church van would come pick us up by 7. We wouldn't get back home until like 11:30. And it was Sunday night, and we still had to go to school the
And
next
if
day.
Mahalia Jackson wasn't playing, it wasn't Sunday. Because she was the biggest gospel recording artist at that time.
Well, not when I was growing up.
Really? Well, when my mom and them were growing up. I used to hear their music in the house.
I was going
all
to
the
say,
time.
I aged well, if that was the case.
So, you in church, etc.
Yeah, but I didn't want to sing.
You didn't.
I
What did you
not
want to do?
sing. I just wanted to play around. Like in church, like I was the youngest of my siblings, and so I really wanted to be like my mom. Here's why. Because she would sing and people would just go nuts and they would cry and fall out and
So she.
And
so
I was
did
like,
she sing
what
that?
is-
Did she sing the old-fashioned hardcore gospel?
yeah, she was really incredible,
Yes.
right? And so I would look at that and I'm like, why are these people crying? Like, what is going on here? And so, from there I'm like, oh,
I like that.
I don't know whatever is in her, but I want it. And that's kind of how, and so I was saved at actually 5. Believe it or not, like we were in church.
Well,
and-
I wasn't saved when I was 5.
Well, this is when I really, I don't know. It was something about that altar call, and I can remember it so profoundly, like I'm, there on that day. And again, I'm a church kid, so we're just always in church. But it was just that particular day that I listened clearly to the altar call to, make Jesus, a part of your life and to really turn your life over to him. So I really remember reciting the prayer and giving my life to Christ. And from then on, I don't know, God just
Did you know at age 5 exactly what you were doing?
No, absolutely not. I just know whatever he was, I wanted to be. And so I dedicated my life just like really trying to really cultivate my relationship.
Did you sing often in church?
I didn't sing in church. My mom didn't know I could sing until I was like maybe 8 or 9. And I didn't actually sing in church until I was 10. Because I didn't want to.
Until you were 10. Do you remember your first song that you sang?
I do.
What was it?
I do. So it was the youth choir. And my mom was the choir director. And I was embarrassing her. I was quite embarrassed.
Wow.
Because she's like, Nihkee, you need to get up here and, sing. And I'm like, I don't want to sing, just being a brat.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to rehearse the song, with the choir, and I was just so, like, reluctant. I don't know why I was. I think I was just acting out. Anyway, the day came where I was like, I do not want to sing this stupid song. In my mind, it was just a stupid song. And it was, if anybody asks you who I am, tell them I'm a child of God.
Okay.
And
That was the name of the song?
yeah. Now, here's the thing. All in rehearsal, I just played around with the song, like, whatever, just being a curmudgeon. But it was something about the day that I sang. It was, youth choir anniversary, and I opened my mouth, and guess what? People were falling out.
It sounds just,
People were falling out, falling in.
Just
They
like
were
the-
crying,
just
just
like
like
when
my mom. And I was like, oh, but so the end of the song came, and I don't understand what took over me, but the Spirit took over me.
the
And
Holy
I-
Ghost.
Holy
No.
Ghost,
stop.
Holy Ghost.
Right though. And I
Holy
did
Ghost.
something at the end of that song that was nothing that I ever even rehearsed or even knew that would even happen. And it was just like the song ended and the Spirit in me just tagged it on without the choir. I was like, I don't know, maybe this
Was
is
it a
the Donna
fast song?
Alexander.
Was
It was
fast?
it was
in
like
between?
it was like a anybody ask you Who I am. I don't have a voice right
That's
now.
okay.
Who
You got
I
it.
am.
Okay.
Who I am.
Y'all hear it? Y'all hear that?
Anybody
Y'all
ask
hear
you
that?
who I am?
She's the real
Tell
deal.
them I'm a child of God.
She's the real deal.
You know?
She's the real deal.
And that was the.
Wait a minute. Here's how you can tell if a gospel artist is really called.
How's that?
When you sing like that and you sound great,
Oh my
Tyrone.
gosh.
you're called to do it. If you got to have a band, your makeup artist, or your hairstylist,
Are you
your
talking
barber.
about me today?
No, I'm not talking about you.
Tyrone, you're
But
trying.
if you got to have all that and you can't just sing on the spot, she's the real deal. So what happened after that?
What happened after that was every Sunday I had to sing a song.
Were you singing the same song?
I was like, they were like, sing that song. But then, I don't know, what happened after that was, just the Lord just began to really, unveil himself to me.
What did you sing in school?
I did. I was in drama. I wrote songs. I helped produce plays. And
What was your first song that you wrote?
I'm not going to tell you. I had a crush on the boy.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm not going to do that.
No, but it's a hit though. My sister and I, we still sing it to this day. I'm gonna record it one.
You know
What's
what,
the name
John?
of it?
I'm going to go to commercial.
What's
Come
the
right
name
back.
of it? Mom
No,
wants to know what the name of it.
I ain't going to no commercial. No, you don't have to tell the name.
Don't
of
tell
it.
us. Don't tell us.
I'll tell you later, Mom. You
But
might,
what was the name of your second song
um,
that you wrote?
that I wrote?
Yes.
Oh man.
Like I'm a songwriter, so I
But
can.
we're talking, I was like 11 and 12 writing songs.
Okay.
So, and they were more so like love songs because, I really fell in love with Whitney Houston. And she just became my I mimicked her
Didn't
from.
she have such an angelic voice?
She was everything.
She was the quintessential artist
Tell me about it.
of her time.
Tell me about it. And I sang just like her when I was younger. I mean,
Mm,
note for
yeah.
note. Note for note. I
Wow.
promise you not. I can't now, but, because I'm older now, but note for note. Her and Aretha Franklin.
Seriously.
Seriously, her and Aretha Franklin.
Well, they were kind of like your mentors, or like
Oh my
in your,
gosh, yeah.
Yeah?
They were the ones that I would go to for lessons.
Mhm.
You know how, like, we were poor, so my lesson was the radio.
Because Aretha had this candid ability since she was a child.
I know.
A lot of folk don't realize that Aretha originally started out to become a classical singer
Yes.
because she was a classical pianist. And people didn't know that Aretha played the piano.
Yeah.
But in a lot of her songs, she was actually playing the
Exactly.
piano herself.
She certainly was.
And then
And
when-
she wrote a lot of them.
Yes, she did. She originally, that's how she started out. They were trying to market her, etc., and it just wasn't.
Yeah,
Because she couldn't be herself.
exactly.
Because, her father was taking her all across the country in revivals, and she, I think it was a New Bethel Baptist Church. The late Reverend C.R. Franklin, he was the founder of it. And she sang in all the services.
Yeah, yeah.
So, during your journey,
Uh-huh.
how did the door open for you to become a recording artist?
Well, it started at 12, and I was more so recording like original music, like, because I wanted to be an R&B singer. And
What?
Yeah, so listen, I was like 12 years old. I was a grown woman.
Wait a minute. Well, hold up. Strict Pentecostal Baptist Church, right? Or just pure Pentecostal? Pentecostal Baptist?
Pentecostal. Well, I
Oh,
grew up
Baptist-costal.
holiness and
Was it
so I grew up
Baptist-costal?
holiness and Baptist. So with my
You were Baptist-costal.
that part, it's a
And-
combo.
But a part of you was there, but a part of you, it's like the other part of you was like, you know what? I got to get up out of here.
I just wanted to.
You just want to sing.
I just wanted to sing, and I wanted to sing on just not in church, just only in church. I wanted to expand.
Of course.
Yeah, and so when I was like 12,
Did you want to make money or you wanted to sing?
I just wanted to sing. It was never about the money. See, not even about the money.
You remember the first time you were in the recording studio?
I do.
Let's reminisce.
Oh my gosh, the first time it was like hand in glove. I belonged there.
What was the song you sang?
Oh, what was this? And I wrote them too, and I can't even remember.
No, where was the studio at?
It was in Philly.
Was it
And it was a
Sigma?
friend of mine who
Was it Sigma
actually
Sound?
had it. No, it wasn't that popular.
Okay.
I was working my way up. A friend of mine, older friend of mine, he actually worked with these gentlemen, and he was like, "Hey, I want to introduce you," and I was like, "Okay, great," and we got in the studio, And yeah, I've recorded quite a bit, but nothing.
Excuse me.
There was no fruit from it.
To my audience, for those of you that have been commenting, thank you for commenting. Please don't forget to subscribe to Tyrone Bowman Live. We're on the journey to get 2,000 subscribers. And you know what? I want y'all to do it. Join up with the brother. Because the more subscribers I get, the more stuff I'm able to do. So help me to make it happen. All right, let's get back to it. So
Yeah.
reminiscing, you're in the studio.
I'm in the studio.
What were you singing?
I can't remember the song.
Did you sing one or two songs?
I sang one. We recorded one. I wish I see. I
Did you?
I had
That's okay.
time to-
No, you'll be back. You feel like you're gonna have plenty of time.
Good,
To, seriously.
to update your audience.
Yes. We'll do an update, and then you'll be less nervous.
Yes.
I like to talk to people raw, just as they really are. Check this out.
Yes.
Did you go on auditions?
No, I did a lot of open mic stuff around
Okay.
that time. Around that time. So I used to lie about my age to get into.
Because I know I used to sing with a lot of gospel choirs, but I got tired of it
Yeah.
because I wanted to be a
Yeah.
radio announcer.
Yeah. Well, for a minute though, I kind of strayed away from the gospel arena because as I got older, I realized I didn't want to be like my mom. I wanted to.
And now,
Okay.
I just want to do something different then, and so I'm like, I don't want to be like her. I want to do my own thing, and so I started, trying my hand in the R&B world.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting down and conversing with an interview and talking with contemporary gospel recording artist Nihkee. Tyrone Bowman Live. Welcome to the conversation, y'all. Welcome to the program. You know how we do it over here. So, you're in the studio. What happened after that?
Well, there was no fruit from it.
Did you make a demo?
I did. I mixed quite a few demos, but
That would get tiring after a while, right?
it did because I realized who I was working with weren't, the actual real deal people. But I guess at my age, at that time, I was thinking that it was. And so, just time went on. And I did a little bit of modeling at some point, and then, I don't know, I kind
How was the modeling experience for you?
of, it was,
Did you like it?
I realized how camera shy I actually am. Yeah,
Really?
I'm really camera shy. But it was good. It was good. I really embodied it for that time.
Good.
But it wasn't something that I wanted to pursue because I didn't want to compromise,
Who you
my
are.
Christian
Yeah,
belief
as
and,
an
my
individual.
faith. And so
Yes.
therefore I was like, no, I'm
Because
good.
Tyra Banks, a lot of folk don't know that Tyra Banks has an MBA from Harvard.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yes, she does. She has a
Amen.
real MBA from Harvard. She actually she earned it.
That's
And
awesome.
she's an entrepreneur, founder of a major company of her own. But the one thing she talked about when she was coming along, there was Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks. She was talking about how that all the stuff they wanted them to do
Yeah.
went against the grain and the nature of who they were as human beings.
Yeah.
And they put up with a lot of things. But Tyra said she got to a point once she made it, she's like, I'm done.
That part.
I'm going to do it my way. And that's almost like sometimes in any industry, writing, singing, directing, broadcasting.
Yeah.
People always want people to compromise who they are for the sake of making money. And once you compromise,
Exactly.
one time, you'll
Yeah.
lose who you are as
Yeah.
an individual.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Yeah,
Good for you.
and that's the same with R&B music. I was like, now have I recorded some over time and even recently as maybe 2015 or something like that. Yes, however, I want to be true to myself.
I used to get paid to do demos at Philadelphia International Records.
Cool.
Yes, I made a lot of money.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a good side hustle.
Well, for what they would do, they would have the songs they want the artist to hear. I would sing the song.
I've done that.
They-
Yeah.
They take it to the artist, and they decided, if they wanted the song or not.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I did a couple of background vocals. I'm not gonna say for who, but I did some background
Yeah.
vocals for certain people,
I've done that too.
and kind of exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like being in the background though.
Yes.
I really do.
Well, that's how Luther.
I'm not a center
got
of attention
discovered.
person. I don't like that part. of it.
God rest Luther's soul, the late Luther Vandross. He'd be backed up for Roberta Flack. And a lot of folk didn't realize Luther was actually a background singer for the Rolling Stone.
Ooh. Now I knew Roberta, but I didn't
Yeah,
know.
isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Am I telling the truth?
Yeah. I didn't know
Yes. He actually did background vocals for
That's-
Rolling Stone.
I can't imagine his sultriness being on Rolling Stone.
But you know what, though? I'm gonna tell you something about Mick Jagger and those brothers. When you look at the musicology of Aretha, you know, when she recorded Amazing Grace album, all those artists that she knew came to the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them loved black gospel music.
And a lot of them had, black backup
Yes.
singers. Like
Yes.
always. Yeah,
Yes.
so.
Especially Elvis. Elvis had black
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
black backup gospel singers.
For sure.
And I think the thing about the recording industry is if a person can find their niche in it, they will succeed.
Yeah.
So, how did you go from the traditionalistic sound to becoming a contemporary recording artist? What drew you to it?
Ooh. I think it is more so changing with the times. My
Okay.
mom was, she'll even say now, well, I don't have a falsetto. I just, sing, like
Say hi to
really.
your mom?
Huh?
You gonna say-
Hey, Mom.
Make sure
No.
make sure your people watch it and make sure they subscribe.
I will.
All right.
I will. Hi, Mom.
Thank you.
She'll be proud that I mentioned her.
Yes.
Um,
I got this camera all up in my face. They like I know what's happening. Like I know what's going on. I'm just not saying anything.
But yeah, no, my mom is a hard singer,
Yes.
and so
Like that Clara Ward, Mahalia
yeah,
Jackson.
all
era.
that back in the
Yes.
day, and Shirley Caesar,
Yes.
all, Dottie Peoples, and so she has that roughness to her, but beautiful,
Yes.
of course. But time, changed, and so different artists,
Mhm.
started coming out, and like Yolanda and
Yes.
CeCe Winings, and they just had this, I don't know, just sweet.
And Yolanda's
Sweeter.
vocals are like. Have you seen her recently?
haven't
They
seen
just she just recently she recorded another song that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Churchin', if I'm not mistaken. And they're surprised how youthful and energetic she looks.
Why would they be?
I don't know. I mean, the woman takes care of herself. They don't say
Yeah.
that to a guy. They don't tell guys, you know what? I'm really surprised that you still look nice at your age.
No,
They,
actually
they don't.
do.
They don't say this to guys.
No.
No.
I
Just like if you like in the broadcasting industry, a guy can come on there and say I can be white and dusty and receding. They'll put him right in front of the camera, but they want the lady to always be polished and prim
Yeah.
etc.
Well,
you shouldn't be a double standard though.
But I was going to say, you're getting ready to take that to a different topic
shouldn't-
because
shouldn't be a double standard.
but it is though.
But I don't like that.
We got to change it. You gotta
I'm going to
change
change it because I'm going to own my own stuff, and I'll take people just as they are.
Yeah.
But do you remember your first contemporary gospel song that you sang?
That I sang live, maybe.
Yes.
It had
Or
to
in
be,
studio.
It had to be two songs: "Still I Rise" by Yolanda Adams,
Mhm.
and "The Battle."
From Yolanda.
Yeah.
Now that's one of my favorite
Yeah.
songs. Matter of
Oh,
fact,
mhm.
I listen to that when I go to jail.
Yeah, "Riding Through the Storm."
Yes.
Yeah, so all of her, like, so when she came along, yeah, I totally, sorry Yolanda, but I mimicked.
That's okay.
I sponged,
Yes.
off of her as well. I mean, it's just beautiful to my ears, It's just certain sounds. And
Well, I
certain
love her
tones.
rendition of "I Believe I Can Fly."
Yes,
Now that
Yes.
I like that.
and that wasn't a favorite song of mine.
No.
No, that was not a favorite song of mine, but yeah, her version is definitely.
How come it wasn't a favorite of yours?
Cause I don't know, cause.
Is it because R. Kelly?
I
wrote it?
think it was because it. Lord forgive me for this, but I think it was because that song. I felt R. Kelly, should have gave it to somebody else originally because of the type of music that he was already recording. So I was just like, something about this is just. Sorry, R. Kelly, but I just didn't feel like it mixed at that time.
Okay.
With his persona.
Do you have any of your work out? Do you have any of your music out, like on iTunes, Spotify, etc.?
Oh my gosh. So what I have out there is some R&B stuff.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Listen, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me make you feel comfortable. All of us
Uh-huh.
have the ability to be a quintessential performer. I'm a broadcaster, okay? If you put the contract on the table, I don't care if it's a dog show, a football game, a basketball game, hopscotch, it don't matter. I'm going to come and do the job.
That part.
That's one of the main things that George E. Woods taught me, and the main thing I learned at the American Academy of Broadcasting. Tyrone, just do the job.
Yeah.
Whatever the job calls
Yeah.
for, I'll do it.
So I have some stuff out there.
Yes. And one time a guy actually paid me. He was engaged to get married, and he heard me talk. I think he heard me singing or something. He said, "How would you like to earn $350?" I said, "Doing what?" He said, "Just come to." They were having like a surprise engagement, marriage thing. He said, "I just want you to sing 2 songs." I said, "What do you want me to sing?" He said, "I want you to sing a song by Kenny Rogers." I said, "Okay." 2 songs by Kenny Rogers. I was like, "Man,
Say no more.
I said, "I'm there." $350,
That part.
$150 per song. I had my own music with me. Yes. So
Yeah.
I sing. I do a lot of R&B music.
Okay.
I do. Yeah, on my spare time.
Awesome.
Because I just love music.
Yeah, me too. I do too. It's a mixture of both. Because I grew up with country, classic
Yes.
rock, soft rock, jazz. Because my mom is also a blues singer, jazz and blues.
Well, you
and
know how
so-
many black people are in country music right now?
Yeah.
They're changing the game.
I'm a little
whether y'all-
partial.
whether y'all like it or
I'm
not.
probably one of the ones that I don't know.
I know. Well, maybe you think you'll become.
But I have written a country song.
What's the
A
name
little
of
bit.
it?
It's called Say Yes.
Do you think you'll become a country recording artist?
You know what? I feel like for me, the type of music that I've always really involved myself in is on I consider it to be like a multiplicity.
Okay.
Because I love everything. And so as an artist, it was always hard to define myself.
But there's nothing. Listen.
It was hard because, people want to box you in. They
No,
want,
'cause I
you
wanna-
belong here, you belong
But
there.
there's nothing wrong with being an R&B artist.
Oh, no.
Because if a lot of believers
Mm-hmm.
would just let God take them to where He wants to take them, they could be a light anywhere.
Anywhere. And you're right about that.
A light like the light that's shining on us. It doesn't matter what brand of light it is, as long as it's a light.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to be a light.
Well, I mean, I still do my R&B stuff, of course, because it's in me. I love music.
And I think
I'm
it's
just
more
like
than
that.
just in you; it's a part of you.
Oh, totally.
I'm looking in your eyes; I can tell.
You saw the love up there. That was like.
no, you like your eyes are like gleaming.
I was
you,
like,
you love
I
it.
love it.
Yes, I see.
Oh, I do. I'm a sucker for a good love song.
So, are you going to be performing anywhere? Because I'll come.
I don't have anything on my schedule right now.
Okay.
Like right now, I'm doing a lot in church. But I'm also with a wedding band company, which is amazing. Shout out to EBE.
Oh, so what's the name of the company?
EBE.
Okay,
Shout out to
EBE.
EBE. They
What's
are.
that like? Is it nice?
Oh my gosh! Well, I get to dress up every weekend
Really?
and go sing. At a wedding. That's amazing, and I get paid to do it.
So what do you sing?
Oh my gosh! So.
Give me a nice wedding song that
A
you
nice
can
one.
sing.
Well,
You don't have to sing it, just to talk.
Okay, well, one of my classics is At Last.
Really?
I promise you, one of my classics.
Wow.
And this will be an everlasting love.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Okay,
Too
Natalie.
early, it's too early, but
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, I
Are
love
you
it.
taking care of your vocals?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Okay.
for sure.
He's gonna tell you some herbs.
Hmm?
He'll tell you what herbs to take.
No, I'm not.
He's a urologist.
Yes, he is. Come on, Tyrone.
He wants to. He wants to.
Yeah, I do kind of want to. That's why I'm
Come on,
asking.
Tyrone. Yes, come
I
on,
will
Tyrone.
say this as a black man. One thing I learned is about how to take care of myself. At an early age. My mother was a
for you.
beautician, and I learned so much from her about health, skincare, all that kind of stuff. And it has served me well down through the years. Trust me.
If I must say so.
It's working. So, and when you and you got the camera up in the back of us.
That's right.
She's broadcast. Are we on your page, Angie?
Yeah, yeah.
Are we live? She said yes. Well, can you ask your people to subscribe to the channel, Angie?
That part.
No.
I don't need to ask.
But now
told
when
me
you
it's-
where do you travel to when you're doing weddings?
Oh my gosh, we're all over. Well, more so within this region, so like Pittsburgh, New York, Connecticut, Virginia, Washington.
Really?
Like
Coast.
just more.
Do
So
you,
the
do you
East
have a
Coast.
band or do you? Or,
Oh yeah, we're in a band. We have a full band. It's like
yes.
it's like 10 or 11 of us. But also for years I've had my own my band, but we disbanded like during COVID. And
Really?
yeah, it's
Have you all gotten back together since then?
no, I'm a part of a few other bands.
Okay. There's no wrong with that.
Because during COVID, a lot of things shut down.
Yeah,
I
thanks-
actually moved here in the station during COVID.
Get out of here.
I'm not lying. I stayed
When you
here
say
being-
moved,
I
you
actually
mean
lived. I actually lived
physically
here.
lived.
Yes, I lived here in the station to make sure it was running properly.
Get out of here. That's
I-
awesome.
Am I lying?
No,
No.
you
That's
tell me,
awesome.
tell me.
I was
Yeah.
throwing folk
Yeah,
out
we
right
trying
and
to
left.
get that room.
They were they were angry with me, but because if not,
Yeah.
people's programs would never went forward.
Oh.
So we have to
what
make-
a blessing.
We got to make decisions.
Yeah.
Now, during your travels, what are some of the exciting moments that you've had as an artist?
During my travel.
Yeah, during your travels. Yes.
Ooh. Okay, so this may sound a little weird, but during my travel, I like to travel solo, if I can help it, because that is my time with the Lord.
You don't like to travel with,
I want to drive my own car.
but sometimes you have to fly.
Yeah, sometimes, and that's fine.
Right.
But I feel like it's just my
I respect
time
that.
with the Lord.
I
I just
got you.
need to meditate on Him completely. Not that I don't any other time, but it's just something about traveling and driving to my destination that is just that
You want to be
one-on-one.
prayed up by the time you get
Oh
there,
my,
don't you?
always. I'm always, pray without ceasing. I'm
Amen.
always in
That's
prayer.
true.
So yeah,
Amen.
that I don't know, I just love the Lord so much. So any way I can just dedicate my life to Him.
I believe he knows that.
And personally
Yeah,
serve Him.
he knows that.
Yeah.
Now, on the business aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of artists they're not good with business.
I'm gonna raise my hand. I'm not. Well, but see,
Maybe that's one reason why I'm becoming a lawyer. Because this is what I've found out. I talk to a lot of people all the time, and the one thing I found out, they're so busy with life,
yeah.
just surviving and living, until when it comes to organization, when it comes to
Yeah.
making sure stuff is done. See, I'm an extremely meticulous brother,
I love that.
and I'll keep stuff.
Give me some of that.
I'll keep stuff organized.
Go boy.
It has to be organized. And because I was talking to one brother, he's an artist. I said, well, listen, if you're really serious about becoming an artist, you need to make sure you have a good lawyer and a good manager. You have to make sure your taxes are paid. Make sure that you're saving money and investing money,
Yeah.
and don't spend everything that you get. Live modestly.
Yeah.
And then that way, people don't know how much money Aretha had by the time she left here. She had a fortune
Amen.
because she was a very down to earth individual.
And then her son or somebody
Yes.
took over that part.
Well, eventually everything
Yeah.
got worked out because they found her will eventually, and God bless Aretha. Aretha, for a long, long time, she set the example for so many people to follow. And the one thing I like about Aretha was just Aretha.
Yeah.
There was nothing placid about her.
Not at all.
So
But here's-
we'll
but
talk
here's the-
more about organization.
Yeah,
off
because
camera.
here's the thing, and so the part of my life that really put my music on hold and just pursuing it was I had 3 kids. I was married, young.
You have 3 children?
I do.
That's hard to believe.
I do. I have 3.
Get a close up in that camera.
No,
Look in
no.
that camera.
Don't look at
Take that foot. Look in that camera, girl. What?
Stop. I do. I have 3, and so here's the thing. So I was
You
married.
don't look like anybody's mother I know.
I'm somebody's, but let me do you one better. I'm somebody's grandmother.
What? I'm done, y'all. I'm finished. Interview over. All right, bye.
Bye.
You know what? She lying. She
I'm
lying.
not. I have 3
I thought
grandbabies.
this was gonna be a nice candid interview. Now she started lying on the.
Well, no. I just want to
listen.
explain, like,
outta here.
in my lifetime, music, as much as it's a big part of me, like, it was on hold for quite some years because
Wow.
I was married young. I had my children. And then, I got divorced, in my late 20s, and I was pretty much on my own raising my kids. And I had to make the decision between, am I going to record this song? Am I going to go to this studio? Am I going to,
Got you.
or am I going to feed these children?
Yes.
So, I'm a mom through and through. I love being a mom. So they come first. So when I had my first son, I stopped singing for like 4 years because I just wanted to be completely,
Sometimes it's so
involved.
hard trying to raise a family.
Yeah.
And be that's probably one reason
Yeah.
why as a brother,
Mm-hmm,
right? At this point in time in my life, I can't be married. I've been married.
Well, you know what the Bible says.
And divorced.
It is not meant for men to be alone.
Well, eventually, whatever.
But a woman can.
You know what? Stay out of this. Well, let me. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just say.
It's National Women's Month.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a
And
minute.
it also said be fruitful and multiply.
Wait a minute. Let me just say this. As females would say, in my defense. Let me just say this. I am one brother that knows how to live clean,
Amen.
sanctified,
Amen.
and righteous at all
I love that.
times.
Amen.
No compromising with me.
And thank you.
It's all business and all work.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about me, if I'm gonna be married, I'm gonna be married.
Yeah.
I don't play no games. I'm gonna be single. I'm gonna be single. I know how to work, go to school, study, go home, repeat the cycle every day.
Yeah.
Cause I got to get these law degrees.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
brother ain't playing. I got to get this done. Because if I don't get it done, I can't help other people.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I learned in life, you can't give
Yeah.
what you don't have.
That part.
And a lot of people mean well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our people, they want to do so much all the time. But you have to be prepared.
Yeah.
Preparation meets opportunity.
Because you can't be everywhere.
No, you can't.
And that's one thing that I learned in my life. You can't be at everybody's engagement.
No.
At some point you gotta step back and make
So
time
are
for
you
business.
venturing back into?
So here's the deal, right?
We got about 15 minutes left.
Yep.
here.
So here's the deal. All my kids are grown.
Nihkee's coming back, y'all.
My kids are grown. I have a
Yeah, what?
22,
Hold up.
20.
Wait, hold up, y'all.
Yes.
You know what? I'm
Old
getting.
kids.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
not
up.
kids.
Wait a
They're
minute.
actually
Hold it. She
mine.
just telling it all now.
Well,
wait a
but
minute.
because
Wait a
I'm
minute.
building up. I'm building up.
Yes, I see. And you were wondering how this interview was going to go, remember?
Yes.
Now, wait a minute. Now, how old are they again? What?
So I have 2 sons and a daughter, and my youngest daughter is 22. She'll be 23 in April. My Jacob is 25. He'll be 26 in July, and then my Jamal is 28, and he'll be 29 this year. And I have 3 grandbabies. My daughter has twins, and my middle son has a baby girl. They'll all be 2 this year.
I'm going to talk about healthcare.
Yeah.
Because that's a big part of my life.
Yeah.
How do you manage to raise a family,
Yeah.
have grandchildren,
Yes.
and still look as vibrant and healthy as you do?
Oh my gosh, I can only give glory to God, right?
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I mean, but what I do is I'm a vegetarian.
Like the young
always
ladies,
ate
young
cleanly.
ladies who'll be watching. What do you do personally to stay healthy?
You know what? Here's what I would say to that. Guard your temple.
Mm-hmm.
What you ingest plays a big role in how you digest your food. Know your history. Know your genes. Like know, your family's background and what they have suffered with. Like diabetes is a big part of my family. And so I remember seeing things growing up where, my folks didn't take care of themselves.
Yeah,
They all died young.
Yeah.
And so I grew up without a lot of my family, and I didn't want, to be a part of that generation where I repeat what they were doing.
Because the majority
They
of
weren't
the men in
taking care
my
of
family, they
themselves.
died before their time from drinking, smoking, drugging,
Yeah.
womanizing,
Yeah.
alcoholics. I'm like, oh no,
And that was my family, and so
I can't do that.
yeah, exactly. And so I saw what they were doing, and I started taking care of myself. But also too, I'm gonna let you in on this one. What I did learn is you don't have to be like your family, and this isn't a bad thing, because some of my family, they had mental health issues.
Okay.
But God is so good, because I was able to see growing up the difference between what was good and what was not.
Yes.
And so even in that, I got myself in therapy. How? It started with my guidance counselor at school, and it just progressed from there. And then when I was old enough to become an advocate for myself, in my
really?
teenage years, like
Yes,
15
yes.
and 16,
Mhm.
I started, going to therapy because again, it was my goal to just really be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. So I always lived a clean life. I never smoked.
Kudos to you. Yes,
I did.
know
I
that's
drank
right.
a little bit when I got to be in my mid to late 30s, but then that was like, that's not for me either.
Yes.
But again, you advocate for yourself, and you have to really first want to. You have to
Mhm.
want to.
I respect
And
that.
so with that, I don't know. Don't wear a lot of makeup. Or if you do, wash it off. I don't know. Like
Well,
there's
yes,
no real
because
secret.
the cradles and stuff will get in the skin. If
yeah,
they,
yeah.
Well, I used to do Mary Kay cosmetics
And I still love one of their.
for 3 years. I did.
Get out of here.
Very careful.
I used to have that pink,
A
all that.
Cadillac.
No, I never got the Cadillac, but I had all the pink stuff, and I used to do the skin samples and all that kind of stuff. I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
I used to do it. I was
Yeah.
the only brother that was doing it.
Wow. But I don't use any of those kind of products. You know what I use? My grandmother's Pond's.
Oh, that's
Pond's cold
oh
cream?
my God.
I
Now,
still use.
do you use because I use Pond's cold cream. Now, do you use the one in the blue?
The pink.
I don't use the pink one, I use the blue.
Yeah, I use the pink one. It kind of
Pond's
rejuvenates.
cold cream, Noxzema.
Noxzema was one I
use
used for
Noxzema
years.
all the time.
Listen, don't throw away those old, things. They work.
And if I can find some cuticle ointment, I
Mm-hmm.
use that.
Yeah, because a lot is too much sometimes.
That's
And I
true.
think with a lot of this makeup, a lot of it sometimes is just too much. It doesn't belong on your skin.
Well, most people who are models and stuff, once they get from those cameras, they don't wear that crap. They don't want it.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
please, the
Yeah.
last thing I don't want is makeup.
That part. Yeah.
know.
It's a lot.
Barbara Streisand, speaking of good health, Barbara Streisand is almost 80 years old. Do you know she can still sing today?
I'm sure she can.
Because she has taken excellent care of herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
And how you eat matters.
Yes.
And the time of, especially as singers, and I suffer greatly from acid reflux.
Okay.
And so I have to watch my intake of, tomato sauce and, sodas and things of that nature. I don't,
You said a couple about 10 minutes ago that you were vegan.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you become a vegan?
So I was always vegetarian, but
Even growing up?
yeah, even growing up, I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to eat animals. I didn't want to eat anything with parents. Like I just felt so bad for the animals. But I can cook. I can really cook. Like I can cook like I never left. You know what I mean?
At least somebody can cook.
But it was like, I don't know. I just wanted to.
I'm talking about myself. I ain't talking about this. Huh?
But no, I just wanted to always live a clean life.
Okay.
I grew up rough. I grew up in a very,
Where'd you grow up?
trauma-filled environment.
What city?
Well, I grew up in partly Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania, and Chester, PA.
Oh.
Chester was definitely a rough stuff.
Yes.
Chester and Philly?
Yeah, but you can be in it, but not amongst it. Like you can be in it, but not of it.
We used to ride with Chester High.
Well-
Ooh, oh, Chester High School.
I'm good now, but I was a part of it at one time.
Yeah.
I was the one behind the scenes causing the stuff.
Listen, Chester. I love Chester. I love my hometown. It really cultivated who I am today,
Were you tough?
and I have
Were
so
you
many
tough growing up?
beautiful. Huh?
Were you tough?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm actually.
Did you
just-
have to beat brothers down growing up?
I fought my brother, but no, I didn't. I didn't fight. I didn't fight. That was
I
not
heard
my
something.
thing.
You said, I fought my
I
brother.
fought my brother.
Right. See, now the sister in you is coming out. So, yeah, okay.
Well, I had to. He was a bully. God rest his
Did you
soul.
beat him down? Did you have to beat him
I
down?
had to prove my point a couple times.
I see.
Yeah, he was.
Did it work?
Yes, it actually did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a whole nother chapter of my life. Because in regards to mental issues, he was one.
You know
who
what?
Suffered.
See, a lot, like, I have a daughter, she's a psychologist.
Awesome.
And she's always saying, Dad, I was like, yeah, what's up, Crystal? She said, once I get certified, I really want to. I said, yeah, I know. You want to find out what's inside my brain, don't you? I said, I probably do need a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a
yeah.
psychotherapist.
Yeah.
I said, because sometimes we just deal with issues and things in life, and there's nothing wrong with getting some help. Nothing wrong with it,
And
Joe.
but we take on things we don't have to.
You got that part right.
And so I'm an advocate for therapy and, you know,
Yes.
seeing psychiatrists. And even if medicine is necessary, you know, you do what you can do. But, you know, you don't have to be a product of, you know, those
No.
types of issues. So, yeah. And so I'm an advocate for that. So when I do, you know, get the platform, oh my gosh, we're going to talk health. We're going to talk mental wealth
Mental wealth.
and
Okay.
spiritual.
Good, because these are topics I really like addressing. Now, very quickly, because we ladies
Oh,
and
yeah.
gentlemen.
Oh,
we
my
can-
gosh. I didn't realize
Yes,
the hour.
You didn't.
Totally.
Yes, and you thought you couldn't talk,
Dude,
right?
I was so nervous. I was like, I can't.
You have no idea we've actually been conversing this long, do you?
Yeah. Oh,
See?
I love this. Yeah.
I told you it was going to be fun.
Yeah.
You were
it's
shocked.
fun.
You were shocked when I said, "Well, no, let's do an impromptu interview."
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. This is fun.
Because I don't do rehearsed interviews. I can't function. If I were a politician, I would win. Because I would just be me.
Could you speak from the cup?
Straight up. My opponent wouldn't be trashing me on stage.
That part.
I'd be like, Saints, you might want to leave the building right about now because I'm about to get into their world for real. And I'm going to let them know this is one black dude that will tell you what's on his mind.
Don't mess with him.
And I'm going to win.
I love this.
Yes, I'm not getting in the race to lose.
I love your person.
If other people don't need no experience to get in the office, why do I need it?
I want whatever it is you got. I need that. I think I would have been a next Whitney Houston if I had some of it.
Well, it depends upon what type of team you have too.
Yeah, true.
See, a person's team
Yeah.
many times can determine what doors will open,
That part.
what success you're going to have, and when you have the right team around you, because the team's job is to make sure that the artist is doing what artists do, that they're taken care of, that they're protected,
Yeah.
and when you got honest people around you,
That part.
and people that are going to make sure things are done
Yeah.
correctly,
Yeah.
then the artist can function on being creative, and they shouldn't have to worry about did my taxes get paid, like the biopic with the Temptations. I like it because it's so true how they were flim flam and take advantage of, and nobody really cared about them, but that was the norm back then. I mean, Berry Gordy might have founded Motown, but Berry Gordy was out for Berry Gordy
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
at the same time.
For sure. Which is why I appreciate the indie platform.
Doesn't
I
it
really
work?
do. And
Yes.
so now at this point in my life, which is what I was, trying to get to earlier, is that
Mm-hmm.
now that my kids are grown and they're out of the house,
So what are you gonna do now?
I have that time now to just focus on what I always wanted to do.
Which is
I can keep my money to myself. I don't have to give it to, this basketball team and this and that,
Yes.
and so I'm able
and buy
to
uniforms.
yeah,
and
buy uniforms
and travel
oh my
and
God.
Mom, are you gonna be there for real? And
Exactly.
that kind of stuff.
I don't have any of that right now.
Yes.
So now that the slate is clean, I'm going to be able to, really cultivate my music.
Good, because
career.
we're looking forward to conversing with you and keeping
Yeah.
track on you and
Yeah.
finding out exactly, across all genres.
Awesome.
We're not going to limit you.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I got some beautiful love songs that.
Matter of fact, I'm
I've
going to go back
written.
and change the caption that I put up.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
going to change it.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to bring this.
Now I feel like next time I'll be dressed up.
Well, I got a wrinkled on shirt underneath my jacket. You just can't tell.
Black
Ladies,
excellence.
ladies and gentlemen,
Black excellence.
this has been Tyrone Bowman live, sitting down talking with Christy Blue, and she's a
Nihkee
Blue.
Blue.
Nikki. Oh, Christy.
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 Oh
I
my
don't
goodness.
know. That's it has a good ring to it. Might be a transformation. Might be.
I don't know. Maybe I
Nikki
stumbled
Blue,
across.
aka Christy Blue.
Maybe, never know. But Nihkee Blue has been my guest today live in the studio. And and one of the things I like about being an interviewer is that I speak from the heart.
Yeah.
There's nothing prepared here. I don't have any papers before me. I don't have a teleprompter. I like to talk to individuals and get them to feel relaxed. I want them to be themselves so that the audience can sense the the genuineness
Yeah.
coming from a person. This is not placid. So she will be back. So, and as always, until the next time, never surrender, never quit. Bye-bye. Oops, my bad, y'all. Gotta get us up out of here now.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
wasn't
And
as
that's all.
bad as
That's on your page, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, cool.
wasn't as bad as what I thought it was.
Cool.
My God.
That was great.